It's Saturday afternoon over here, and I'm trying to keep up with things. I'm kind of in a very repressed, subdued, frustrated, angry condition at the moment. Of course, as usual, I blame it on the planets. I hope you can hear me okay. I've got the air conditioning running on low just to keep it borderline tolerable. I'm trying to emotional turbulence at the moment. I look at the planets, I look at the transits, and then I look at my own astrology and I think, oh my God, of course, no wonder. Blame it on the planets. So one of the big reasons I got so frustrated, and I still am, is because yesterday, in the back of my mind, I was planning all day to do this awesome new video where I use a slightly different approach to the way I do things. And I practiced and I rehearsed and then I recorded it once, and the testing worked okay. And then I recorded the real thing. And, sometimes I go blah, 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 blah. And I felt like I covered everything that I wanted to cover because I had a lot that I wanted to cover and then squash it and condense it. And then when I was over, I pressed a button. I don't know what I did, but the whole thing vaporized. And I was just enraged. Hello, new subs. Hello, Lena Ramza Singh. Thank you for dropping by. First of all, I want to say something right now. My blood pressure shot up a little bit. I just put a mini announcement. Hold on, Lena. Please hold on a second. I know we're live and I do tarot and I do astrology, but I got to catch up with a few things first. Stay there. I may not be able to answer your questions. It depends what it is. Anyway, the thing is, I just got notification. The son of Path Traveler, he's a young lad, late 20s, and he's been dealing with the departure of his dear, wonderful mother, Path Traveler. A lot of you on the channel know Path Traveler. She was a very vibrant, feisty member of our community and very charged up most of the time, basically a kind of a leader, a shining light that inspires and leads others in how to have the courage to live their own lives to the max, which of course she did. She passed away just very, very recently. And it was very shocking, very stressful. It was a bit of a surprise. She'd been worried about chest pains, and then suddenly, bam, during the intense heat, she got a heat stroke that triggered a major heart attack, got to the hospital, triggered another major heart attack. And she was there for days under observation, trying to figure out what to do. Their doctors discovered major damage to the heart valves, and so on. And they suggested different, strategies. But in the end, dear Path Traveler made a decision in spirit, like, I'm not going to do this anymore. Doesn't make any sense. And so she went on to the life behind the veil. She's still her wonderful self. There are a few of us here in the community that have a sort of an active, let's say, you could say like a spiritual connection ongoing. And every now and again, I get an interaction. Necessary Truth gets them. Love Triber gets them, and probably a few others as well. Anyway, the dear son is now in the hospital himself, okay? So it's pretty scary. He's suffering here. He just lost his mother. He's a young lad, very capable, somber, sober, aware, but it's very, very frightening for him. And I'm trying to, anyway, we'll see what happens. So all these things happen simultaneously. So I In my own way, I think I'm actually managing extremely well under a lot of duress. What I'm noticing is that I'm surrounded by a lot of pain and suffering. The only pain and suffering I have right now is just typical stuff for a lot of American people. What about my finances? What about my health? What about my future? What about my loved ones, my friends and family? What about the United States of America and the uh, the horrific things going on here? Anyway, I'm dealing with it. Give me a second. Cheers, everybody. So, let me just briefly connect here with Lena, and I'm probably going to wrap up this live stream, and I'm going to do another, or maybe another, maybe several short ones, because otherwise I'll just go on and on and on. All right. So, Lena, what's going on? Let me see if I can help. I'll tell you if I can or can't. Do I see a reconciliation with Salim, my ex, please, in the future? Okay, Lena, I don't have my tarot cards with me. And I'm not going to try to be a fortune teller. What I will offer you is that right now, the global astrology is going through some extremely stressful aspects or transits, whatever you want to call them. The moon is in Cancer today. So everybody is very sensitized around their gut, their heart, their feelings, their emotions. And because of the way the transits and the aspects are unfolding, we have a triple whammy going on right now. 28 degrees Libra South Node, 28 degrees Libra North Node, 28 degrees Pluto in Capricorn. And in a matter of hours, we're going to have 28 degrees Moon in Cancer. This is going to create a massive, fleeting, grand cross of the most stressful kind you can imagine. And that's going to be especially challenging for people who are born with the cardinal signs. In other words, Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, and Aries. I'm not going to go into technical analysis or anything like that. I'm not even that kind of astrologer. But anyway, it's a very stressful alignment, and you won't see it on a lot of astrologers or computer charts. It's just the way I do astrology. So please bear that in mind. A lot of people are going to be emotionally up to here with their ability to cope with whatever kind of emotional turbulence is going on in their lives. And that's not just you. That will be your ex, Salim. That will be Salim as well. These transits I'm talking about not only affect you and Salim, but they affect everybody on planet Earth. Not only that, they affect the whole of our solar system in very, very stressful ways. Think of it as physics, the gravitational and magnetic influence of the planets on themselves and each other, okay? Now, the third thing is that right now, Venus is retrograde. Hi, Starzy. Venus is retrograde. One of the things about Venus, it's not just a planet of money, but it's also a planet of love and relationships for most people's understandings. It rules the sign of Libra, for example. So Venus retrograde can indicate, just as one interpretation, that a lot of people are undergoing very stressful dynamics in their relationships. That would include you, okay, Lena, and it would include Salim. So in these kind of situations, people often retract. They retract in fear from what might normally be their normal day-to-day habits and experiences in the normal ways that you've been expecting love and relationship to unfold between yourself and Salim. However, on top of the Venus retrograde, we've got Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto So there's a lot of heavy retrogrades happening right now, putting a lot of stress on everybody in the whole planet. That goes everything from the Bank of International Settlements at the top pinnacle of the global financial system, down to all the central banks, down to all the central governments, down to the local governments, down to we the people, you and Salim the individuals. With the retrogrades, you could say that this is a time where people would retreat and retract from themselves, from each other, from their loved ones, under stress, under duress, while they are trying to understand what is working and what is not working. So, for example, if you retreated from Salim, or if Salim retreated from you and you now have an ex-partner, it might be simply the way that the relationship is unfolding in order to do deeper self-examination of what is not working. The beautiful thing about the retrogrades is that it gives you an opportunity to find out and diagnose what is not working about the relationship between yourself and Salim. And because it involves two people, love and relationships, I've done videos on this regarding the Libra South Node and the Aries North Node. It's very important for you, Lena, to examine your side of the relationship and understand your role in the relationship and identify any possible markers as to how and why Salim is an ex with you, or if you're an ex with Salim. And it has to be done in a very impersonal way. It's like taking stock, taking evaluation. You've separated 3 years. Okay, that's a Saturn cycle. Okay, I think it would be very unfair for me to say there is any hope, because Saturn is usually pretty definitive. It's pretty unambiguous. Now, if you want to hold on, you're welcome. But with Saturn retrograde right now, Saturn in Pisces retrograde, it might be triggering pain and suffering inside of you as to what and why and how the relationship is not working or you are separated, okay? So without going into details of how or why, it's very important that you take full ownership and responsibility on your side of the relationship about anything and everything that could have, would have, or did go wrong. And not worry about Salim. He can live his life, okay? Okay, he's a Libra, you're a Cancer. So both of you are being affected very strongly by this big fat T-square that I just described, okay? It's very, very stressful. For all you know, he might be worrying about you and his relationship with you. However, with the retrogrades and these particular aspects today and the next few days, I would say it's really important to allow yourself to indulge a little bit and trying to relive the past and understand what went wrong, what is going wrong, and just accept the reality of what your deepest gut intuition tells you. If things are unworkable, or he's too immature, or you're too immature, or he's too demanding and you're too acquiescent, whatever it might be, accept the realities of those things and just embrace life in the moment, okay? I think I'm going to shut down this video right now. I got to prepare and do some more, okay? Thank you very much for asking. I hope I helped you. Oh, he cheated on you? Okay, Lena, I would say goodbye immediately. Okay? Several times. It's not worth your time and energy to invest in someone who's already betrayed you. Say bye-bye. Live with the pain. Understand the lessons. Move on. It's a Saturn situation. Very painful. I'm sorry. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, people. I've got a lot more that I feel I have to post, but I'm already way over the time that I was going to allocate here. I'm going to close out. How do I stop the video? Oh, there's the button. Okay, take care, folks. All right, am I sure I want to stop streaming? Yes, okay, bye.